MovieWeb.com.
I have a lot of problems.
Going through some things. I'm hurt. Am I dying? Can you tell me that?
I can't tell you.
You can't tell me?
No.
No, you can't tell me if you can't tell me.
No.
I'm lonely.
And
I'm afraid I'm gonna die.
anything else?
I don't know what's wrong with me, and I want to do something important while I'm still
Well,
here.
that would be the time to do it, yes.
I was reading, from what I gather, you don't really like to give answers that people have about your movie. Is that correct?
I'd rather not say.
You're not saying.
Okay, thank you. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I mean, is it
Yeah,
like a
I mean,
burden to keep...
No, it's not a burden. It's more like the whole point of writing something is to have people experience it. And if I sit here and say, well, this means this and this means this, not only is it pointless because it either means that to people or it doesn't, it also gets in the way of people having their individual experience of the movie. So I try to put enough of in there so that people can interact with it on an individual basis. So my sort of pontificating on it would be meaningless.
So if she has a question in the script, do you answer it for her, or do you say, go find your own answer?
No, because the questions and the discussions that I have with the actors are about their characters and, you know, what's going on at this moment in a very human way in the scene. They're not philosophical, you know, what does this mean kind of thing. They're, you know, what's going on between, you know, Caden and Adele at this point in the movie, and that's a very straightforward. I mean, it's easy, but it's a straightforward discussion.
I liken it to advancing a play that we're all there and we all have our jobs, and what would be most useful and why to sort of coach us into what's needed when it's your turn, you know, at bat or something like that. Not to go too much with this metaphor, but
I keep going.
Is it all right?
And a home run would be...
No, but you know what I mean. It's like what you need to do right now is
Yeah.
sit back and bunt, so this person could you know, forward it, and it's all a common goal, because it really is essentially a teamwork, which is what I like to do. And there are that's why for me it's very noticeable when there are people there who aren't playing, you know, who are there just observing. It's not what I can always see somebody who's not working, you know, who's there just observing, which is great about film, because everybody's there for a common goal, and that's to make everyone else's job easier and hold up their own. And when the camera's rolling, everyone's in place, and then it's kind of our time to get up and keep going and go to the next level, so somebody else can take over and do their thing. So,
Okay.
does that answer you?
Yes, it does.
At all?
It does answer me. Well, when watching the movie, I was listening to these radio stations in the background, and am I wrong in thinking that some of those conversations are conversations that Caden actually had, and that, like, he actually learned something from the radio, but he tuned it into background noise? Or is that something I'm gathering from it myself?
I mean, the stuff that's on the radio is intentionally there, and some of it can be heard and some of it can't. But it's all scripted, so it's part of the movie. Yeah.
Well, I mean, is he hearing things that he heard in his... Because what I gathered was this was a guy with dementia. Is that at all correct, or is that just something I'm placing it on myself?
I don't really want to sort of
Dive
explain
into that, yeah.
explain the movie. I mean, there's your interpretation, and your interpretation is your interpretation. It's not. I don't even have a right to question it. I mean, in my mind, you know, it's yours. I did what I did, and you do what you do in watching it.
Right, and provoking that kind of thought in you is valuable.
Yeah.
You know, just it leaves you room for your own involvement in it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it
Which is
didn't
great.
evoke that into me until I was listening to some of that background noise going on, kind of played into, I guess.
There's a lot of things that happen in this movie that are not probably witnessable the first time, and because there's a lot of stuff that kind of on the surface that you need to pay attention to. But I think if you watch the movie again, you'll start to see other things in the background, which have their own resonance, and are intentionally placed there.
I did. I saw it the second time, and I was watching a whole new layer of stuff. So it was really interesting. And I still walked away thinking, I thought about it for days the second time. I just kept thinking, I don't know, it was very provocative for me in terms of just contemplating, I don't know, my life.
Say thank you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, young lady.